Brand new AC2A and the AC200L. We're heading out into the bush. We're going to revive some cars and we're going to see if the AC2A can keep our cameras charged and my laptop. AC2A. First up in the box we have the solar charge plug and the AC adapter. One thing I noticed with this unit, it doesn't actually come with the DC adapter. I don't know why, but that would have been a good accessory to have. One thing I did notice is there's no wireless charging on the top like previous versions. They got a nice handle that you don't need to fiddle with coming up. Previous versions, this was a thing. Back on the AC2L, the AC inlet is actually on the side this time. We have our DC and solar panel input, USB-C 100 watts, USB-A, and then our 240 volt outlet. Turning the unit on, you're greeted with the home screen. Now this one is not touch, it is just simply button operated. We have our percentage and then our time until flat. Checking the weight of the unit, we're running at 3.58 kilograms. In the grand scheme of things, is not a lot of weight. 3.5 kilos for a kick-ass power bank and a 300 watt inverter. Now while the AC2A isn't probably your biggest powerhouse that you can get from BLUETTI, it is absolutely amazing for those away trips where you just want a stable spot to charge your phone, charge your camera, or even use your laptop. Now my previous version, which is the EB3A, which lives beside me, I do a lot of traveling for work. The EB3A lives in the back seat. When I go to the hotel room, I plug it into the wall power, and then I know I have all my USBs, wireless charging, all the stuff. Now while this unit here doesn't have wireless charging, you still have 100 watt USB-C and your 2 USB outlets. Now I know that doesn't mean a lot when you're sitting in a hotel room, but when you go out camping or when your phone's going flat, when you're in the middle of a job, these things are absolute lifesavers. Another great thing about this unit right here is this. Now that is an earthing strap. What's this one, Ben? This is a 40 volt
40
battery.
Volt, yep.
So it's the big dog.
That's 5 amp hour, 40 volt Makita, mate.
Yeah, so that's charging right now and it is sucking out 346 watts. So we're gonna last about half an hour.
She's a big dog.
That's a big battery, man.
Let her eat.
Wow. Hey, now we can charge. Well, now we're doing 0. Oh.
Done, mate.
No, it's not done. We overloaded the BLUETTI. So,
Wow.
Well, this is only a 300 watt inverter and that was doing 350 watts. Doesn't like the 40 volt stuff, which is a good test for it anyway. So now we'll turn that off. You hold these 2 buttons. We'll go to our menu. Fast charging, no. Strong mode, yes. And then eco, off. There we go. Reset it. Turn it back on. Let's have a look. I've played knifey spooning many times.
You
with
know
the
your way
BLUETTIs.
around the BLUETTI.
Oh, I do. I don't mind these units. They're actually pretty good.
Can't believe you're going to give it to me. How good are you?
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, it fits perfect in my chopper.
Not bad. Anyway, so it must be different with the battery. Like you said, that was a 4 amp, the other one's 5 amper. We're ramping up. We're at 200 watts now, and it's in strong mode, so maybe it can handle if it's trying to.
Just something to think about, I guess. It's a real world test, so.
Oh, 100%. Anyway, we're going to get back to Bam's video. Make sure you check him out, Bam Fabrications on YouTube. The BLUETTI is going to be powering his video today. The AC200L. My first version was the AC200. Now, from there, it went to the AC200 Max, and then the EB200. All of those are absolutely brilliant units. I think the AC200 had about 700 watts worth of solar. The EB and the Max have 900 watt solar input. This thing here has a whopping 1200 watts of solar input. Not only that, is the charging of this thing is an absolute dream. Let's open it up, see what's in the box. First up, when you open the box, you're gonna have your little carry bag. This is gonna house all your cords from your wall power. Now, the thing I absolutely love about the new AC200L is you don't need to carry the big charge brick. Now, that thing was just an absolute killer, especially because I had the AC200 Max in the back of Shorty, and that brick has to hang around somewhere and flop around the car. With this unit, which I dare say this unit right here is going to end up going in the back of Shorty, you just have one cord. Now, all the charging is actually built in. You don't need to carry the block. As for your accessories, you have your solar panel cords right here, and then you also have your DC cord. Now, this unit comes with a DC cord, unlike the other one, and then your adapter cables. Below that, you have your warranty card and your instruction manual. First thing I noticed when we got it out of the box was it does not have a touch screen like its brothers and sisters. It has actual physical buttons where you need to turn everything on. Having that, I actually like that, not having to actually flick through the menu and the touch screen while trying to just turn something on. It's a quick button. We have our DC, USB, and AC. One of these same units, which was the AC200, actually ran my off-grid house while we were building it. It ran the fridge, air cons, everything like that. Whereas a unit like this, in that situation, would have been absolutely amazing. Simple fact is that this unit has 3 versions of charging, which is standard, turbo, and then silent. So silent is going to charge about 800 watts, which is still better than the other version. Standard is 1200 watts. They could have stopped there, but then you can also add a turbo version, which charges it at 2400 watts. Absolutely insane. So being a 2000 watt hour battery, you're going to probably allow about an hour for a fully charge. Now, it's not very friendly on the batteries to do that, but I know in my case, when I've planned to go away, plug my BLUETTI in for charge, and I've absolutely forgot to actually turn it on, the whole night it's been charging was a waste of time. Having that feature where we can absolutely pump the voltage into this machine, it's amazing. Even if you forget to plug it in, you only got to wait an hour and then your BLUETTI's fully charged. Let's talk about power. Now, how much power can this little inverter carry? Straight off the bat, the inverter in this machine can handle 2400 watts, but that's on normal mode. You also have a strong mode which can handle 3600 watts of power. What am I even still doing here? This is crazy. One thing that was a bit of a pain in the butt when we were doing the off-grid house is to check how much power we had left. I had to physically get up, walk outside, open up the container, and look at the battery status. The AC200 kind of fixed this, but you still had to be in close proximity of the actual unit to pick up the Bluetooth, which was amazing through the BLUETTI app. But this unit right here offers Wi-Fi. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are going to say my off-grid house does not have Wi-Fi, but honestly, who doesn't have Wi-Fi nowadays? This thing can connect to a Wi-Fi network. If this thing's at home, you're at work on a Friday afternoon, ready to go camping, you want to check and make sure your unit's charged, all you got to do is open up that BLUETTI app, and then this thing will tell you exactly how much percentage battery you have left and whether you're ready to go on that Friday afternoon camping trip. Now, I was tossing and turning whether to actually replace the AC200 Max in Shorty with this unit right here, but there's a few things that I actually like about this unit, which is going to find its new home in Shorty. Now, one of those things being the actual physical buttons. Now, I don't need to remember where it is on the touch screen to actually turn the DC and the AC on or off. I just need to remember where the buttons are. Another thing, and because Shorty is actually inbuilt into the drawer system in the back, is the wireless charging. Now, this unit here doesn't actually have wireless charging on the top. It's a bit of a downfall, but it's not a biggie because I rarely use the wireless charging on my unit anyway, and now I can hide this thing in the back and not feel like I'm losing features of the unit because it's under a drawer. And also going back to the fast charging, there's been plenty of times where I've completely forgotten to plug Shorty into power, and then my BLUETTI unit just simply wasn't charged. Still have our traditional cigarette lighter for our DC sockets, and not only do we have a USB-C charging that's capable of 100 watts, we have two of them. Now, I absolutely love that because most of my equipment, my camera equipment and stuff like that is USB-C and requires that extra oomph, mainly my laptop and my camera. That feature is going to be great in the back of Shorty. Paired with that, we have 2 USBs and 4 240 volt outlets. Moving on to the weight of this unit, it's 17.50 kilos. Now, I was trying to think of a way to test this thing and try and figure out how to show you guys how good these units are. I have done it previously where I've used a welder and fixed the exhaust pipe on my mower. I was wondering if I can plug the CNC machine and the plasma cutter into the BLUETTI unit and actually cut out a BLUETTI logo as a sign. Now I'm not sure if it counts, but I gotta draw the actual BLUETTI logo first. But my computer is actually, keep it authentic, right? My computer is running off the AC2A. So now we're gonna see if the AC2A can run the computer that's gonna draw the post-process for the CNC plasma that the AC200L is going to be running. Damn, that's a mouthful. All right, let's get to it. Let's draw a BLUETTI logo. Well, there you have it. There's our BLUETTI sign. Alexa, turn on the compressor. Saying we have 12.7 hours until the battery goes flat. Apparently, we're chewing 154 watts. So let's see what that cranks up to when we have our machine in. Now, I do not know what's going to happen. Probably going to end very bad. But hey, that's why I do it. So that way you don't have to. So we're going to set this bad boy up, tell it where we want it to start cutting. That's a big sign. There's our run. And now it ended up being a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. So it's going to be quite interesting on seeing if the BLUETTI can last. Either that or I break the BLUETTI. But I have full hopes. I have welded with these machines and we're only doing a lot. Ready? It's either not going to work at all or it's going to work beautifully. No. Failure. Now, I reckon a few things went wrong there. Mainly me. But we should be able to reset this, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go through all the settings, and then we're going to turn this into, we're going to make it strong mode. Alright, ready? Okay. Now we're on strong mode. Now this should give us 3,600 watts. I'm not sure how much that thing was trying to eat, but I'm guessing it would have been around that 2,500 mark. So we'll try this again and see what happens. I need to realign everything. Okay, so according to this, we're good. According to our unit, we're in strong mode. So it's probably just gonna conk out straight again, but it's worth a shot. Let's go. Let's see if it works. We're at 2,500 watts. We're getting a weird pulsing, which I've never seen before. Okay, we're gonna stop it right there. It's doing some weird things. I'm not sure if it likes running a plasma machine. It's probably a little bit too much for it. So we won't do that because I feel like I'm gonna break everything. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna run the CNC machine off the BLUETTI and I'm gonna run the power off normal power. I think that's a better idea than trying to kill it because that was weird. Plasma machine plugged into the wall power because those things they're magic and they do weird things. But the CNC machine alone is plugged into the BLUETTI. So that's that cord there. It goes down and then back into our unit. Now let's hit play and see what happens this time. compressor, turn off the compressor. Thank you. Alright, gee. Now, the first bit's a bit janky because we had that problem. Let's have a look here. Come with me now. Whew. Wow. It's only thin stuff, but still, it's a BLUETTI sign. Now, like I was saying, it's probably not the biggest test running a machine like this that only chews, from what the BLUETTI was saying, about 200 to 250 watts. But it's cool. We cut out a BLUETTI sign with the CNC machine running off a BLUETTI. That's a win. These things are pretty wild. Like, it cut out the first go, but then it still really tried to give it a go, and it was running it at 2,500 watts. And the units themselves are only 2,400 watts. I'm guessing that's why it was sputtering, because it was kind of only a burst of energy rather than a constant. So we were over the wattage anyway, so that was probably a big no-no. But it doesn't matter because we got there in the end. We got our BLUETTI sign. 1,200 watts worth of solar, and with the turbo mode charging, you can charge it at insane rates. So definitely worth a look at one of these things. Now that's the first test for the AC200L. Now this unit here is actually going to go live in Shorty. That's a video for another day. I'll leave a link in the description for these guys. Go check them out. Tell them I sent you, and we'll see you in the next one.